Welcome back to Lakers News Fan Report, where we bring you the latest and most exciting sports news every single day. And today, we have a potential blockbuster trade that could reshape the Lakers' future. This is a move that could make them instant contenders. But is it too risky? Is the price tag too high? And what would this mean for the team moving forward? Right now, the Lakers have a solid roster, but let's be real. There's a glaring hole in the center position whenever Anthony Davis isn't holding down the paint. This has been a persistent issue for the team, and if they truly want to dominate, they need a reliable big man to take the pressure off AD. That's where Nix Claxton comes in. Could a trade with the Brooklyn Nets finally solve this problem? Could adding an elite shot blocker like Claxton push the Lakers to the next level? And is there a hidden downside that fans aren't considering? Stick with me as we break down every single angle of this trade, the benefits, the risks, and what this could mean for the future of the Lakers franchise. Trust me, you won't want to miss a single detail. The trade being discussed involves the Brooklyn Nets receiving Rui Hachimura, Gabe Vincent, and a 2031 first-round pick from the Lakers, while Los Angeles gets Nix Claxton in return. At first glance, this deal might seem like a no-brainer. The Lakers get a young, athletic big man who fits perfectly next to Anthony Davis, while the Nets acquire solid rotation players and a valuable future first-round pick to help with their rebuilding process. But when you dig deeper, the implications of this trade become much more interesting. Nix Claxton is one of the most underrated defenders in the league. He's only 24 years old, but he's already considered one of the best rim protectors in the NBA. He averages 10.3 points, 7.6 rebounds, and 2.2 assists per game, but his true impact goes beyond the box score. His ability to contest shots, alter driving lanes, and provide elite interior defense is a game-changer for any team looking to contend. When you compare his impact to other top defensive big men in the league, you start to realize just how valuable he really is. His shot-blocking ability is elite. His mobility allows him to switch onto guards, making him one of the most versatile defensive centers in the game today. Now, imagine him on the Lakers. Suddenly, LA has one of the scariest defenses in the league. The combination of Claxton and AD in the paint will be a nightmare for opposing teams. They'd shut down driving lanes, contest every shot, and make life miserable for elite scorers. But here's the catch: Brooklyn knows Claxton's value. They know they have one of the best young defensive centers in the game. And if they're going to trade him, they'll want a serious return. So the real question is, are the Lakers offering enough? For starters, their biggest issue has been rim protection when Anthony Davis isn't on the floor. They've tried patchwork solutions in the past, bringing in veteran centers, experimenting with small ball lineups, but nothing has truly worked. Claxton is the answer. He's young, athletic, and fits the timeline of the Lakers' future. He doesn't need the ball to be effective, which makes him an ideal complement to stars like LeBron James and Austin Reeves. And let's talk about the Lakers' long-term vision. If they're serious about staying competitive beyond the LeBron era, they need to start securing foundational pieces now. Claxton could be a cornerstone of their defense for years to come. Now let's talk about what the Lakers would be sending to Brooklyn. Rui Hachimura is averaging 13 points, 5.1 rebounds, and 1.4 assists per game. He is a versatile forward who can shoot and defend multiple positions. Losing him would definitely hurt. Gabe Vincent, on the other hand, is averaging 6.4 points, 1.2 rebounds, and 1.4 assists per game. He's had an underwhelming season, but he's still a solid rotational piece. The biggest piece of this trade package, however, is the 2031 first-round pick. A pick that far in the future holds a lot of value, especially if the Lakers struggle down the road. Is this package enough to land Claxton? Or would Brooklyn demand more? Here's the thing: other teams are watching. Nix Claxton is in high demand. The Lakers aren't the only team interested in his services. Teams like the Dallas Mavericks, Golden State Warriors, and even the Miami Heat could make a play for him. Brooklyn is in a position of power. They know that if they put Claxton on the trade block, multiple teams will come calling. That means they could drive up the price and force the Lakers to offer even more. Would LA be willing to include another pick? Would they consider adding a young player like Max Christie to sweeten the deal? These are the tough decisions the Lakers front office will have to make. And let's not forget, the Lakers don't have unlimited assets. They need to be smart about how they use their remaining trade pieces. If they go all in on Claxton, that means they might not have the flexibility to make another big move later. So, Is this worth it? Another key aspect of this potential trade is Claxton's ability to defend in transition. The Lakers love to push the pace, and having a center who can run the floor, contest shots, and switch onto perimeter players is invaluable. His versatility would give the team an entirely new dimension defensively. It's not just about defense, though. Claxton has shown steady improvement on the offensive end. He's an efficient finisher around the rim, shooting over 70% from the field. His ability to roll to the basket and catch lobs would be a huge boost for the Lakers' pick-and-roll game. Chemistry is another factor to consider. Claxton is known for being a high-energy player with a strong work ethic. He fits the Lakers' culture of toughness and would likely mesh well with veterans like LeBron and AD, as well as younger players like Austin Reeves. The Lakers have had trouble maintaining consistent defensive intensity throughout games. Adding a player like Claxton, who brings energy and hustle on every possession, could help set the tone and make their defense more reliable over a full 48 minutes. There's also the matter of durability. While Claxton has had some minor injuries in the past, he has been relatively healthy compared to many big men. The Lakers need someone they can count on to stay on the floor, especially given AD's history with injuries. One underrated aspect of Claxton's game is his ability to create second-chance opportunities. His rebounding, particularly on the offensive glass, would provide the Lakers with extra possessions, something they desperately need given their struggles with consistency on offense. Brooklyn's willingness to trade Claxton depends on their long-term strategy. If they're looking to rebuild, adding a first-round pick and young role players could make sense. But if they want to remain competitive, they may hesitate to move one of their best defenders. The Lakers must also consider their roster depth. Trading multiple players for one asset can create gaps elsewhere. Will they have enough wing depth after losing Rui Hachimura? Will they need to find another ball handler to replace Gabe Vincent? Timing is crucial. If the Lakers wait too long, other teams could swoop in with better offers. But if they rush into a deal, they risk overpaying. The front office has to strike the perfect balance between patience and aggression. Another challenge is Claxton's contract situation. He'll be an unrestricted free agent in 2025, meaning the Lakers would need to be confident they can re-sign him. Otherwise, they risk losing him for nothing after giving up key assets. From a financial perspective, the Lakers need to evaluate how this trade impacts their cap space. Claxton will likely demand a significant raise on his next contract, and the Lakers have to be careful about committing too much salary to their frontcourt. There's also the question of fit in Darvin Ham's system. The Lakers' coaching staff would need to maximize Claxton's strengths while ensuring he doesn't disrupt their offensive flow. Would they adjust their schemes to accommodate his skill set? If this trade happens, it could also influence other moves. Will the Lakers then look to add more shooting to complement Claxton's lack of spacing? Would they pursue another veteran to replace the leadership they'd lose by moving Hachimura? Let's assume the Lakers pull the trigger on this deal. What happens next? Their defense becomes elite. Claxton and AD together would be a defensive force unlike anything we've seen in years. They become more attractive to free agents. Having a young, athletic center is a huge plus when recruiting future stars. They lose flexibility. Trading a first-round pick and solid role players means they have fewer assets to make additional moves. So, is this trade the missing piece for another championship? Or could it backfire and leave the Lakers stuck? But now I want to hear from you. Should the Lakers go all in for Nix Claxton? Or is this too big of a risk? Personally, I think this could be the move that puts them over the top. Claxton's defense is exactly what the Lakers need. But if Brooklyn raises the price, the Lakers might have to think twice. I can't wait to read your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to Lakers News Fan Report, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update. We'll be back soon with more Lakers news, so stay tuned.